Welcome to the first chapter of O-Levels Biology. My name is Larry, and today we'll be covering on Chapter 1, Cell Structure and Organization. This is based on the latest secondary science syllabus. This is a general view on this very chapter, and for more information about me and the services I provide, please visit www.larrylou.com. I hope that this will be helpful to you. Please sit back and enjoy this tutorial. Thank you. Chapter 1, Cell Structure and Organization. Below here shows different pictures taken by fluorescent microscope, and we can draw a quick similar characteristics among this picture. That is, these cells have an outer surface membrane and an inner nucleus as shown. However, in order to visualize accurately the inner fine details of a cell, other powerful techniques such as electron microscopy are used. But first of all, let's go on to learn some of the core definition in this chapter. Cells are the basic units of an organism, and together they form tissues and organs which are vital for every living organism. Periplasm are living materials in a cell and contains many small molecules such as amino acids and ions for the cell's survival. The cell surface membrane, or rather the plasma membrane, is the outermost covering of the cell, and its function is to enclose the cellular content. Differentiation is a process by which a cell becomes more specialized for a particular function. For example, a stem cell might undergo differentiation to become a neuron, which is essentially a neural cell. Organ is composed of different tissues. Let's move on to the main components of a cell. Shown here are both animal cell and a plant cell. The animal and plant cell share some of the similar structures such as endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, nucleus, and many others. However, for the O-level syllabus, we will only concentrate on the following structure as shown here. Now, it may seem at first sight there are many structures to memorize, but no worries. Let's group the first letter of the structures together. In that case, we get M, nucleus, cytoplasm, cell wall, cell surface membrane, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, vacuole, chloroplast, and centrioles. So grouping the first letter of the structures together, we get MEG, NCC, CV, CC. So imagine we make a story. Meg submits her CV at the CC Community Center and joins the NCC National Cadet Corps. This may sound really dumb, but this kind of technique is known as mnemonics, which is highly effective for memorizing biology facts, as proclaimed by the famous educator Tony Buzan, who is the inventor of mind map. So as we have it, next let's move on to what particular function does this structure do. We have it here as mitochondria. Mitochondria contain cristae, which is highly folded structure, and its main function is in aerobic respiration. The energy currency of the cell is known as adenosine triphosphate, or rather ATP. Endoplasmic reticulum can be divided into two kinds, rough ER and a smooth ER. The rough ER, as the name implies, are a network of membranes which are started with ribosomes. And these ribosomes essentially synthesize proteins, which are the major workhorses, which serves as a building materials for living cell. Smooth ER, as also its name implies, are just simply network of membranes without the ribosomes. Its main function of the smooth ER is to synthesize fats and steroids. Golgi apparatus is a series of flattened discs, and part of it pinches off to form secretory vesicles. Its function is in packaging substances from the endoplasmic reticulum into vesicles. The nucleus is the most important part of a cell. It is essentially the command and control center of every cell, and it contains nucleoplasm and the chromatin, or rather the DNA. The chromatin contains all of the genetic information needed for the cell to divide and replicate, and that is why the main function of the nucleus is in cell growth and repair. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the liquid substances found in the cell, and it also can exist in semi-solid state. It contains enzymes and organelles which are important constituents of the cell. Cell wall, which are only found in plant cell, it serves as the outermost part covering of the cell, plant cell, and is freely permeable. Its tough exterior gives the plant protection and a fixed shape. Cell surface membrane is a plasma membrane which is freely permeable and controls substances in and out of the cell through processes such as diffusion and osmosis, which we can see later in chapter 2. Vacuole is a fluid-filled space which exists as only one in a plant cell and many in animal cell. In plants, vacuole contains the cell set, which contains amino acids, glucose, and water, which are important for the plant survival. Animals' vacuole contain water and food substances. Chloroplast exists only in plants, and it contains the chlorophyll, which is the green pigment responsible for the photosynthesis process. Centrioles, which are only found in animal cells, are small hollow cylinders whose important function is in cell division. And now we have gone through some of the most important points in chapter 1, cell structure and organization. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to chapter 2, cell movement of substances. For more information about me and my services, please visit www.larrylou.com. See you and goodbye.